we go. On this Valentine's Day, that's why I have my red on and Dani has her red dress on. Tell us a little about, maybe your partner and why you decided to, go in this endeavor together called marriage.
Oh, called marriage. Okay, yes. So that's a good question. 24 years ago, we met. We fell in love instantly. She told her secretary she was going to marry this guy after our first date. I fell close for her.
She's a closer.
It's been, closing since 24 years ago.
Wow, that's awesome. All right.
Yeah. What's your side of the story?
Yeah, what's your side of the story, Dani? I think he told us your side too.
It's actually, he told it very well.
Just watch the movie When Harry Met Sally. I'll take care of it.
Oh.
Yep. I knew he was the one right away. I really did.
Right. My favorite scene is when she says, "I'll have what she's having" in the restaurant. All right, we'll be here all week. All right, well, tell us a little about, because you guys are, you're an awesome husband and wife team. I mean, you climb the ranks. I know you're in the, last time I checked, you guys were close to the top 10 for all agents in Arizona as a team. So tell us, how is it working together as a husband and wife team? It's got to be interesting and so forth, right?
Roses, unicorns, and rainbows every day.
Andy, listen to that.
She tells me what to
go on.
She tells me what to do, and I say yes, honey. It's that simple. Next question.
Okay, so that's just marriage.
A lot of chocolate, a lot of saying thank you, a lot of forgiveness, and patience. A lot of patience. So anyone going out there and working with their spouse, we feel you, we understand you. It's the best thing ever, really, for us. It is a great fit. What else could you say?
That's it. That's it.
We're doing okay. We're doing okay.
You guys are doing fabulous together. Tell us a little, Dani, how about you? Anything you want to add to that? Nope. Wow. Okay. Wow. So chocolate, rainbows, unicorns, and all that good stuff. Wow. You are one hell of a guy, Rob. But I already knew that, but now it's been confirmed. All right. Well, how about, a little of the complexities, like you guys, before we do that, how about your backgrounds? Like, what do you guys do before real estate?
Yes. Everyone's got a backstory, right? So I was a former high school science teacher and came out from New York to Arizona as a science teacher in 2003. What got me into real estate was an investment property. And I worked with another teacher who had his license, and I really liked the process, thought it was great. It was a really nice fit for me, just with the education background, being able to explain the process. I loved everything about it. So I said, I'm going to get my license. So what I learned from that was I can do this. And in 2004, I got my license. And then Dani, I needed the help because, as a teacher, you're at school Monday through Friday. You're meeting people on weekends. I really needed a right-hand man or woman to help me out. So she got her license in 10. And then we were getting so busy. I really just wanted to make the leap in order to service my clients and just take it on full time. So we did that in 2015. We came over to Berkshire Hathaway in 2015. So the rest is history.
As they say.
Yeah, I think Rob being a teacher and having that education background really kind of separates him. He comes at real estate with, he's not a salesperson, he's an educator, and he really takes that approach to consult with his clients, advise his clients, and he's just really good at explaining things. Of course, he's patient. He really does have the heart of a teacher, but he takes all that. He's also unbelievable with numbers and data and knowing the neighborhoods and just all the real stuff that the real estate agents do, but he really approaches it from an education background. So that's how he kind of...
No stinky sales breath here. And education's key. There are so many questions from our buyers and our sellers, and it's really nice to be able to give them the roadmap to a successful transaction.
Right. Awesome. Right. So okay. So now that's a great story, and I know that you guys.
We got Danny's background.
What's that?
We have to give you Danny's background.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
where I was going next. Let's.
Danny is
No.
not just a pretty blonde. She's got an Ivy League degree from Columbia,
Nice.
and her background is a little bit of Office.com. Okay, she's like, let me take care of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Danny, take over, please.
I'm gonna jump in on this one. So what Rob was saying, I have a master's degree in organizational psychology. So I love working with people. I always wanted to be in a field where I could work with people and really use that with real estate now, actually, business psychology. But in the early 2000s, right around the time that we met, just before I met, I had got sort of promoted out of HR into a role in marketing. And it's kind of an interesting story because it was my job was to be a community manager, meaning I was tasked with creating online community, getting people to talk online. And this was before Facebook. This was before it was a thing. Social media wasn't really a thing. So it was early 2000s. And I worked for office.com, which was it was a website geared towards small and medium sized businesses, how to run your business. So I was tasked with how do you get people to connect online?
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy, right? So 2000, Facebook, social media wasn't really a thing, and there was no such thing as a community manager. They're basically like, well, Dani's smart; she can figure this out. Let's see what Dani. That's literally what happened. So I spent weeks like studying the internet. I'm at home with my dial-up modem. I'm definitely aging myself here.
Wow.
So what do we do? How do we do this? And I discovered a website called hotornot.com. I don't know if you remember this. It's basically.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Apparently Match.com had been invented, but it was the early beginnings. Basically the way it works is you upload a photo and people on the internet rate you 1 to 10. Are you hot or not? You get to see what other people think of the picture, and then you click next. It went viral. It's just like it was so addictive. And so what I figured out from that was that people really like to give their opinions online. People thrive on likes and want to know what people think. So I kind of took that and applied it to our website, and I created an area where at the time it was kind of new. People were just having their own business webpage. If you had a small mom and pop shop, yeah, I'll give you the short version.
That's 22 years ago.
Yeah,
what are we doing today?
Years ago. So if you had your mom and pop shop, you would post online. So we created an area where you could give feedback. So the reason I love this story is because I'm just so passionate about social media. It was really like it took off. People still today like to give their opinions online. They like to get likes online, and they like to connect. So really, you could tell I'm passionate about it. I could talk about social media all day. But if you Google at hotornot.com, you could see that this is what, or you remember Face Mash, this is what Mark Zuckerberg based his thing on. That was his start. And so it's kind of like the unsung hero of the beginning of internet. But you could hear basically, so how I bring it in today is I stumbled into this role in marketing, but I really am passionate about marketing and social media. And even today, like we're all guilty of advertising on social media, but really social media is for connecting with people. Right. Interacting and being social and being genuine. So we're guilty of it. We're trying to be a little bit more public and share more about us going forward and just being real. That's our tagline, not just realtors, real people. And that's what we're going to continue to do with our marketing and stuff. So that was kind of my background, how I got into it. And then of course, when I joined Rob, I just gravitated toward the marketing side. I'm a certified luxury home marketer, and I basically focus on our, marketing properties as well. So that's kind of how I stumbled into this role. And again, just joined Rob when he needed some help. I did not think I was going to be a realtor.
Hook him in.
Yeah. And it does explain how you put up with him with a degree in psychology. That's very helpful. I understand. Yes. Well, and which leads me to my next question. But before we do that, I just want to say your last marketing you did of the pictures of you guys at your home and the whole theme behind that was incredibly awesome. So great job, Dani. I loved it.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So that's kind of the breakdown of, and Dani explained kind of, Rob, what she does. Well, how about you? What's your job on the team?
So I'm the front man. I'm the face guy. So I am working with the buyers and the sellers. I'm first line of communication. So anyone that needs us usually goes through me. They call me up. I'm setting up, schedule our buyer showings. I am running the comps. I'm the numbers guy. So I am doing the comparables, so we know what to come out at price wise to list, and then and then on the other side, on the buy side, what we're going to make our offers at. And so I think my teaching background, the patience, the education, that really helps with our buyers. Dani's detail oriented. She makes everything look better. She's our online communications person. She makes our print look good. All of our listings look good. I am working day to day with our buyers and our sellers and negotiating.
Awesome. Awesome. Danny, anything else you want to add to that, to the breakdown?
Say like it really is a benefit when like I can't believe that one person can do all these things, because it really, having two people, it allows us to focus on what we enjoy most and what we're good at. I listen to him all day. He's really so hands-on with our clients. He's talking to them, and I hear how he is so patient with them and what a strong negotiator is. I listen to him all day long. He handles so much. I'm amazed at how many details he keeps track of. He never lets anything fall through the cracks, and he just gets to work with our clients super hands-on, and I get to do the fun stuff.
I have.
I get to post pictures.
I was going to say, Danny, so when you used Rob's headshot for the guinea pig on hot.com, what number did he come out at? Was on the scale of 1 to 10?
He's always a 10.
Oh, he's a 10! After 24 years, Rob, you're still a 10.
I have very high standards.
Very high standards, very detail oriented.
Okay. All right. I love it. Well, 24 years, and I'm around you guys all the time. I know you guys get along wonderfully. It's great. You guys have incredibly great kids, wonderful dog, Ringo. Love that dog. I've met the dog. I haven't met the kids yet, but I've met the dog, but I feel like I know the kids too, because I see them on social media.
Yeah, excellent. So any other questions for us?
Yeah. Two. So you guys kind of go. I love that tag. 2 for the price of 1. So when you're at a presentation, how do you present that? How do you bring up the team concept and that you guys are married and working together? Right at the listing presentation?
Yeah.
Well, we let people know up front. We kind of make it intentionally. Rob is their point person, so there's no confusion. Everything goes through Rob, and he's hands-on. But I'm always behind the scenes with every client, knowing what's going on, and our clients get kind of 2 perspectives on everything we do. They get double the experience, double the knowledge behind the scenes, even though they're technically working with Rob, and he's of course doing all the important stuff, the negotiating, the contracts, all that stuff. But they're getting double the everything.
Our skill set is like yin
So
and
different.
yang. We're so
Can you tell we're opposites?
different angles.
No.
They really they get the benefit of our skill set and our experience and our work ethic. And it's fun, it's great to be able to work with your spouse and get those wins and success stories. And I don't, she genuinely cares when we're talking about our clients because she knows them. She has input. So I'm not boring her, I hope.
No, yeah, like that's definitely a pitfall. We talk about it all the time, but you get 2 people that genuinely care about the clients, as opposed to maybe if your spouse and you go home and talk about work and they don't know the person or they don't understand.
Right.
When we talk about it, it's genuinely interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And we genuinely care, and we love to celebrate with our clients. So that's always fun that, we get to know our clients, we take them out, and then we do, it's kind of a together thing.
We definitely celebrate our clients.
You teach them how to make beer for the AFC NFC Championship weekend.
We have a couple of really fun parties.
That's good. That's a great idea. You should tell them about that one.
Yeah, so I brew beer. I've been doing it for like 20 plus years, and sports fan. And so we put together a couple of client parties per year. One of them's a beer party. So I make the beer in front of them. We drink beer that I previously made that day. We have the AFC Championship game on, the NFC Championship game on, and then they get to give us input on a name, the beer, and then we pick the winner with the best name, and then we make a label for each beer that we make, and we send it out and drop some bottles off to everyone. That's one of our parties.
That's one of your farm parties, right? Because it's right in your neighborhood.
A lot of people in our community come. A lot of our past clients, a lot of our friends. This past October,
we couldn't do it this year because of logistics. So not every year, but we've done it many times. But we've added a fall client appreciation party.
Yeah, so that's another beer theme, Rocktoberfest, or we usually have something going on. We don't know what we're doing this October, so we're gonna have to figure that one out. But
we gotta top last year's.
We're gonna have to top last year's great party, and it's on YouTube channel. So if you guys want to check it out,
we have little clips of our past client parties.
Awesome. I love it. So it's such a great story because you guys both come out of different backgrounds, both highly educated out of different backgrounds. And then Rob kind of takes off, does a few deals, and then you jump in, get your license. Now you've come together and you guys are one of the top teams always. I think the last time I checked, you were I can't tell you because the awards are coming up, but close to the top 10. Last year, do you remember what number you finished? Wasn't it 12? I think it was 12.
We're eight. We're consistently in the top 5 in the Scottsdale office.
Right, in the Scottsdale office, in all of Arizona. Yeah, right. So you're in the top 5 for the Scottsdale office, and you're always close to, if not in the top 10 for the whole company. All right. So that's quite an accomplishment because we have some really, really good teams too. So my question is, so you've come together and you've done that. You mentioned how you work with your clients and your client appreciation. Give me some other tidbits of how you do business at that level.
I would say that we take on just the right amount of clients. So we give them we make sure the number one thing is the client experience. So we make sure Rob is hands-on, even though, we could technically pass stuff off. He stays very active in the client's deal. He's always knows what's going on. He takes on so many. I'm always amazed at how much he does. He never lets anything fall through the cracks, but yet we constantly are focusing on meeting new people and attracting new clients. Hopefully we focus very much on getting referrals, right? We love referrals and they keep rolling in because hopefully we're doing a good job. So we love getting the referrals and we just stay organized.
More than half our business is repeat clients because we like to think we did such a nice job the first time, and referrals because our referral partners, whether they're friends, family, professionals, know that we're doing a great job each time, so they're not afraid to refer us. So it's like hats off to everyone that does refer us, and then we're meeting people out and about, open houses and all over the place. So that's a little bit about what we do.
Absolutely. That's the key right there. Because if you can do a great job and you can get repeat referral business, and if you do a great job, it's easy to ask them for referrals too, isn't it?
Sure. Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing is I'm always amazed at how consistent Rob is. He shows up every day. He does the work. He's always taking care of deals. He answers his phone, which apparently not everyone does. He's always there for his clients and just shows up every day and we're just doing the best we can do is just be our best selves each and every day.
We enjoy what we do. So, if you're working a couple hours each day, even on Saturday and Sunday, it's not a big deal to us. It's what we do.
Well, he's got that Northeast mentality, Danny, So it says he gets it done. Unfortunately, he's a little too far south. So he's a Giants Yankees fan. He's not a Red Sox fan or a Celtics fan, but that's okay too. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But I think that East Coast, people move a little quicker there. And I think if you can scale it down here where you guys are, it's very helpful because, I think that that get it done. Like, let's face it, you've done things that other people haven't done, like calling expireds, calling old expireds, calling for sale by owners, calling around your listings and sales, right? So tell them a little about that process too.
I got on the phone right away. I love the phone. It's just really, what would I say? Very efficient. You're not running around. You don't have appointments. It's just you're calling people. It's real easy. So it's natural for me to call everyone I know and check in with everyone. So the phone to me, more than like a door knock, is something that I really thrive with. And then open houses, I really like to support our sellers by sitting open houses. The benefit for the sellers is, if someone comes in without a realtor, their realtor's on vacation or they're busy and they just want to see the house, they may fall in love with the house and then they'll go back and they'll write an offer with their realtor. But if there's someone that comes in that doesn't have a realtor, that benefits me, and I could sell the house and for the, get the job done for my listing. So not afraid of open houses, not afraid to stay busy on the phone. And that's, I think, where it starts.
Yeah, absolutely. Get out there and get it done. Okay. All right. So give them. So let's say that there's a husband and wife out there thinking about teaming up together. Probably what would be some of the pointers that you would tell them, other than the obvious. You got to like each other. Don't carry an armed weapon at any time. Other than the obvious ones, give them some tidbits as to like what they should be thinking about.
Definitely patience with your spouse or partner. It took us like a year to figure out and stay out of each other's ways. So it took us a good year to figure out, you're going to do the marketing, I'm going to be doing the buyers and the sellers, the running the numbers. So it does take a little massaging to get used to it. What's your number 2?
No, that's it. Yeah, just I do think it works better when we stay out of each other's way, but having a system where you can communicate efficiently but not spend all day talking to each other. Like we don't have that kind of time. So we have to get things done, figure out what's going on for the week and
a weekly meeting. You
want to plan stuff
want
out.
a weekly
a little
meeting
planning
as well,
is important,
so.
But we shouldn't really be talking to each other all day because he's with his clients. And we're both
You're going to
busy.
see him at night. You can talk to him then. Yeah. Well, and the other great thing is when you divide up the tasks, like you're the behind the scenes, you do the marketing, you have a really high vested interest in it because it's you, right? Same with Rob when he's out doing listing appointments. So that's one of the great things about it is you have 2 people with the same high vested interest to make sure everything comes out professional, looks good, functions well, right?
Right.
100%. We have double the everything. And then also I think we have, did I just forget what I was going to say?
Yes, you did.
I think I did. What were we just talking about? I forgot.
Giving advice to people working with their spouse.
Oh, I was going to say the benefit is being able to cover for each other.
Right.
So if there's a day where I can't do something or he needs me to cover, we're so involved that we can slip into each other's roles if we have to.
Right.
We can I do open houses and, sometimes I take out buyers, but
yeah, fully licensed.
I can
do
do
it
everything,
all,
but I don't have to. And he
not
can
to.
cover. The good thing about my job is it's not, I'm not on call. There's never a marketing emergency. So I have a little more flexibility, but we can cover each other. And that's definitely something to think about, how you can support each other.
Right.
If you're working with your spouse, being able to, balance each other and support each other is really a good thing to think about. Just like you would in any marriage, you just kind of transition how you treat your marriage into the same level of respect and caring to your business. Spouses
selling houses. Whoa!
That's us. We're real, not just realtors, real people.
All right, guys. All right. Any final thoughts you want to leave these wonderful people? I really appreciate you taking your time out today, especially on Valentine's Day. It was awesome. Perfect scenario. Great idea, Dani. Yeah. For us to do this on Valentine's Day, right? So any final words you want to leave these lovely people?
We're still arguing over whose ideas
we are arguing about credit on that one. So.
Oh, you are? Okay. Well, there's a word for that. It's called marriage. It's okay.
No, we just want to thank you for the opportunity. You've been great. And we love, just being on your, paying attention to your podcast and all the education that you give everyone. And just when we can share and give back. We've been doing this so long that we feel like we have something to say and share, and we just appreciate the opportunity to be real people and kind of connect with people.
This is our second interview with you.
Actually,
third.
We did an in-person one.
Okay. So
that was our second Facebook.
Yeah, glad we can jump on. I do.
I really appreciate it.
We share with each other and collaborate. So anyone out there, we're there for you. If you need anything, give us a call.
Anyone wants to talk about working with your spouse? 480 Realtor.
480 Realtor.
I appreciate everything you say, and it's a pleasure working with you guys too. I don't know, Danny, if Rob told you this, but the time you're talking about when you spoke at Success Series about 4 years ago, I would say, one guy, somebody from another company came to me, right? Rob probably remembers what I'm going to say, but he goes, "Hey, is this where the Cinco de Mayo interview is going to be?" He thought your last name was Cinco de Mayo, not Mattisinko. I just had to share that one, Rob. Sorry. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for your time today. Everybody else, we'll see you on Thursday. Woo! Okay, to you too. Happy Valentine's Day, lovebirds.
No doubt.